Good morning, good evening, wherever you are across this nation and around this world. This is Deja Brew, and we are waking you up to madness. Cut, take two. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are across the nation and around the world. This is Deja Vu, and we are waking you up to truth. And this is Monday Madness. I'll get it right eventually. Okay. Um, what are we doing today? Well, first of all, as you notice, Missy's sitting here, and
Hi,
Jen
everyone.
and Jen's not here. Jen's on. I'm trying to push glasses up, and I don't even have them on. Jen's on vacation.
It's a Monday.
Listen, Monday. Jen is on vacation. She'll be back with us next Monday, and Missy will be filling in tonight for Jen, and then starting next Monday, she will be in Monday Madness with us. Yay! Round of applause for the Missy. Okay, so let's talk about what the hell is going on in the news, y'all. Because I'm telling you what, there's some shit popping off. Now, first, while you just look at me for a minute, I'm going to pull up this video from Facebook that I really want to show you. Oh, look at all that. I got a new control just popped up on Zoom. Huh?
Mhm.
Okay, where? I think it was there. Oh, what the hell just happened with that? That's not what I was trying to do. Why is it doing that?
It's Monday.
Which one? Oh, I know, because somebody switched me to my Earthsong page instead of my Kelly page. That's why it's being weird. Okay, yeah, it's a Monday. Is it Mercury retrograde to boot? Because I'm telling you what, there are some crazy technical issues happening. Boom. This is what I want right here. Look, I can't even get to it because of that pop-up window. Okay. Let me see if I can get this to open the proper way. Bear with me, guys, because it's worth your wait. I promise. I promise. All right. That didn't work. I want to pause the video, please. Thank you very much. All right. Now I'm going to do a share screen so you can see what the hell I'm doing over here. Check this out. This makes it big. And go.
Step 1. The National Guard gets federalized. That means they're no longer just state units. They're nationwide.
You can't hear him.
Boots on the ground, locking down hot zones, securing the country. Step 2. Military law kicks in. Under the UCMJ, Uniform Code of Military Justice, treason, sedition, aiding the enemy. Those aren't small crimes. That's life in prison or worse, and it's not handled by your local judge. It's handled in a military court. Step 3. Military commissions. When politicians, corporate heads, or media giants sell out their nation, you can't let their buddies in civilian courts try them. Military commissions exist for that exact reason. Swift, decisive, no games. Step 4. Federal law. Treason, sedition, conspiracy, overthrow. It's all on the books. The evidence is there. The statutes are there. And indictments will follow. Step 5. Asset seizure. Treason doesn't just cost freedom. It costs fortunes, properties, accounts, entire empires tied to corruption. Seized. And step 6. The people. None of this happens without us. Every post, every video, every word of truth forced the lies into the light. That's why the reckoning is here. This isn't about survival anymore. This is about justice. And make no mistake, it's coming for every single one of them. Hey, thank y'all for listening. I love y'all. 903 out.
All right. I told you it'd be worth your while. That's some pretty badass shit, if you ask me. And that totally explains, like, the stuff in the Q posts
Mm-hmm.
from back early on in 2017, 2018, when they were talking about how all of their assets would get seized, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like all of their personal property, real estate, money in the bank, whatever,
Right.
it'll all get collected. And I think that is truly how we get our Nasara type thing. It's not from like Bitcoin and shit like they're
Yeah.
trying to push.
Right.
It's not about digital currency. That's a fucking hoax. That's a socialism trick.
Right.
The money that we get, not just from tariffs, but also from all of these people that
Stole from
committed
us.
committed treason on the American people, the taxpayers, took our money to do covert and sometimes really deep, dark, ugly things.
Mm-hmm.
We will all get a paycheck for that. A refund. Not a paycheck. A refund.
A big refund.
A big refund. Because they owe it to us. Now, I'm going to take this off real quick. Because, yeah. Me when that video was playing that you can't hear if I have that in. I'm used to having that all to myself. Okay, so anyway, yeah, um, all of the military going into the 20 different states now. Um, this is putting everybody in position for martial law, basically.
Yeah, it's
right?
not just about
Yeah,
illegal aliens.
yeah, yeah. That may be
That's
the
a cover.
guys. That may be the guys to get them there,
Yeah.
but that's not the only reason they're there. And what else was there to that? So soon we should be seeing arrests. We should, or hearing about them
Hearing.
at
Yeah.
least, or indictments, something to let the people that are in the know, if you know what I mean.
Once that starts, I think that's when I think the EBS is going to hit right before the arrests take place, because I
I'm
think
glad you brought that up.
I think they're going to do a mass operation
A
and
mass takedown.
try to hit as many people as they can at one time without people being able to get a hold of other people and say, "Hey, they're at my door."
Yeah. Or having that chance to like get on a plane and run.
Yeah.
Right? Because like I don't know if y'all heard, but allegedly John Brennan hightailed it out of our country the day that John Bolton's house was raided by the FBI. So we can't let the rats run, right? As Q would say.
Mm-hmm.
We can't let them run. So
we can sure make them squirm.
Oh yeah. I think they're getting plenty hella nervous now.
Yeah. They know it's coming.
Plenty hella nervous.
If they haven't got it already and we just don't know about it.
Right. Because I feel like that could actually be the truth right there. That it's already done and all of this is optics, right? Because it's a movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie.
People got to see it in their own.
Got to get your
with their
popcorn.
own eyes.
Yeah.
To believe it.
Yeah. And all the the stuff that people could actually stomach and digest has to come out. And I honestly don't think that the stuff on Anthony Weiner's laptop will ever see the light of day, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I really am. Perfectly okay with it. I don't like that window there. I got to get it out of my way. All right. What else do we have here I wanted to share with everybody? If you've got anything to say while I'm doing this, feel free. Jump right in. If you want to carry on with what we were just talking about or whatever. Like, we got some more opinions. I know you got a lot of opinions.
I got a whole lot of opinions, but
so share them with the
I don't
audience.
know. I'm just ready for it all. Like, I'm just ready for it. Like,
I am too.
I just want it to be started, see some progress. I know there's a lot of progress already, but I want to see some major progress. I want to see some arrests, some indictments. I want to see some people go down for treason.
Yes.
A bunch of people.
It's treason season. I just feel like we should decorate with Christmas balls, you know, like the balls you would put on trees, Christmas balls. Every time I say treason season. So maybe that's like my intuitive hit for by Christmas. We will really know. Right. And that's kind of funny, actually, because Q had several posts about that too. Merry Christmas. It's going to be a great Christmas, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we do expect something between October and Christmas to really pop up big one of these years, right? We've been expecting it ever since he said it. And one of the first arrests that we know about publicly will most likely be Hillary Rodham Clinton, because she is who Q said would be the first public arrest, and that it would happen in October. October 17th, if I remember correctly from the post. 17. October 17. And that was our Red October. Mm-hmm. And that domino effect stuff would snowball, and by Christmas we would be like, we would have so much to celebrate for Christmas.
That would be fabulous.
I know. So maybe that's why I keep seeing Christmas balls. What else do we want to talk about? The alleged comet, 3I Atlas, that is not a comet, still does not have a tail. Now they know that it has artificial light. It has its own light that it's putting off. Now, why they call it artificial, I'm not sure. I think that's because Avi Loeb believes that this is actually some gigantuan mothership. But I would dicker with that and say that it's probably a celestial body of some sort, like a planet X, or a Nibiru, or a wormwood. One of them words.
We'll find out real soon.
We will. We will indeed, because it's due. Ooh, that's October too. That's due to come through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's October. And interestingly enough, we have two eclipses in the month of September.
Yeah, what's up with that? With all the eclipses that we've been having?
We've had an uncanny amount of eclipses. I don't remember ever in my lifetime having so many eclipses.
Every time I turn around, nope, there's a new eclipse.
Another eclipse. Like, what the hell is eclipsing us?
Right.
That's what I want to know. Surely to God, it's not the moon and the sun only to be happening so frequently. Yeah. And I could be like being dramatic, because I haven't checked star charts and shit to see how frequently this really happens. It just seems like to me it's happening way more frequent than normal.
So could that be because time seems to be going faster? That it would just,
yes.
That we might think that it's coming quicker than it normally does, because
perhaps, yes, that could. It has something to do with it.
Crazy. Yeah. Time's going by crazy fast.
It is, but I still, I don't know. It just seems like ever since 2017, when we had that one eclipse that made the first part of the X across the United States, and then we had the other one last year that went across the other part of the, made the X. I just feel like we've had way too many eclipses and shit than I've ever. And I'm a moon child, so I'm always paying attention to solar and lunar eclipses. And I just really legitimately don't remember ever having that many. And I honestly wonder if it's not other celestial bodies that are causing these eclipses, because if my calculations are correct,
it is.
There are other planetoids and asteroids and meteors and moons and satellites and stuff that should be coming with our binary star. Ahead of it, behind it, all of the above, right? They orbit it just like we orbit the main star.
I don't know which one I would want. The alien ship or the binary star, because they're both scary.
Oh, hands down, I would choose the alien ship.
because we don't have to worry about it plummeting into our planet or stripping our atmosphere away. You know,
Right.
hands down, I'm taking the ship because I got hella power. I can take out an alien or two if I have to. Right? Like I got you on that. She. I got you, she. But no, hands down, I'd rather it not be accurate that we're in a binary solar system. But I think we're going to be okay, even though we are.
Yeah, I think that too. It's just like which one's
The lesser of two
the
evils.
lesser of two evils.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So I don't even know. Mm-mm. Bobby Brown's been talking. Did y'all know about that? Whitney's ex-husband. There's a cat on my camera over there. I just saw it move.
The kitten.
Yeah, I just saw my whole camera stand move. Must be a kitten jumping around. It wasn't an earthquake. It was a kitty quake. But yeah, Bobby Brown, he's been talking and saying that he believes that Diddy and Clive Davis are the reason for Whitney Houston and Bobby Christine's passing.
I believe that. I do believe Clive Davis had a whole lot to do with it.
I do too. I have always felt like he had something to do with it because they had a party downstairs from where she passed away. Mm-hmm. And he went down there like business as usual, gave his speech, the whole nine.
I think he was making a way for a new star.
I do too. A lot of people say that was Jennifer Hudson, actually. And about 4 years later, she did just like blow up. But why 4 years later?
Right.
You know, why not right away if that was truly the case? Mm-hmm. So I don't know about that. But I've always felt like Clive had something to do with it. And it's interesting, the ties between him and Diddy and how close they really were in their networks. Mm-hmm. That's crazy, dude. Like, I think old Diddler,
he got around. He knew some people.
He really had his elbows rubbing some serious shit. Mm-hmm. Yep, I think so too. And then there's that Naomi Campbell, the blood diamond bitch. Blood diamond bitch. Blood bitch diamond.
You didn't know which one you wanted to say first.
We don't even need blooper reels because I'm giving it to you. Yeah. Blood diamond bitch, Naomi Campbell. She's got ties to Epstein and Diddy as well. Per ex-model Barbara Stoyanov, I think is how you say her name. And I'm sorry if I've said it wrong because I'm not real fluent in Russian, Yugoslavian type names. Mm-hmm. So my apology if I got it wrong. Barbara. What else happened? Beyonce is slamming Jay-Z now. She's totally embarrassed because he lost his court case against his illegitimate child. Okay, that's enough for celebrity news. Oh, except one more thing. Did you know that Janet Jackson and El DeBarge had a child together and they gave it up for adoption? Mm-hmm. I didn't know this until just the other day. Like a week ago, I learned this. Why in the world would you give your baby away when you're married to El DeBarge? That makes no sense to me. Unless they knew what they do to the celebrity children and she wanted to protect her because it was a girl. Mm-hmm. It was a daughter. And even El DeBarge's dude said he doesn't know where she is or who adopted her. So maybe she put her in hiding to keep her safe.
She probably did.
Yeah.
She probably did.
Because I feel like she knew about all of that diddling stuff they were doing with the kids in Hollywood and in the music industry. I mean, how could she not? Right? How could she not? Yeah. She was on Different Strokes. Those children were mistreated in that way.
Was it the guy who played the dad that did that? I heard that. The Mr. Drummond dude. Was he?
Mr. Drummond was a diddler.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I thought. Yeah,
Yes,
that's what I thought.
Mr. Drummond was a diddler. And I loved that show, y'all. I freaking loved that show. Different Strokes. Man, I loved that show. I love the Cosby Show too. And then, you know, old Bill's
Had to go run it.
yeah. What is it with people named Bill?
Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, Bill Cosby.
Right?
They're all no good.
In that Marr guy's name is Bill too?
Maher.
Bill Maher. What's with all the bills? Oh my God. Okay, what else? What else is in the news? Oh, apparently Trump's going to flip the script on the marijuana laws. He's supposedly, well, let's just watch that. Let me just pull that video up. It's only 5 minutes long. Oh, I got to do a screen share first. Hold on. I am so not with the program today, guys. See why we call it Monday Madness? Because you just never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. All right, this right here. What I want to share.
If there's one thing Americans love more than low gas prices and a secure border, it's making sure our laws at least make actual sense in the decade in which we live. Right now, marijuana is categorized Schedule 1. Some of you don't follow federal drug laws like boomers follow the Grateful Dead, so I'll explain. It's the most dangerous category for substances that kill people. That's right. The federal government believes weed is just as bad as heroin and somehow worse than fentanyl.
Right.
Fentanyl killing almost 200,000 people a year now. Weed kills, like, I don't know, the motivation of a pizza delivery guy, maybe, but that's about rescheduling.
Right.
Is the government saying, okay, maybe this isn't the same as
say that again.
You don't need Narcan for weed.
Thank you very much.
crack cocaine, and maybe doctors should be allowed to prescribe it without acting like they're handing out plutonium. And here's the kicker. We already have half the country allowed to use cannabis under the color of state law. States like Florida, California, Colorado, so many others, even red states, they've got dispensaries that look like Apple stores. You walk in and it's like a Genius bar for THC.
That's a true
People
story.
are paying tax.
That's a true story, because even here where we've moved to, our new city that we live in, there are dispensaries on every corner, even one next to the courthouse. You can get edibles, you can get all kinds of things. It's like, what? And it ain't even legal in our state. This is just the, what is it? They said that it's got the THC and the THC-B in it, which basically, the way they explained it to me, it just means that it still has its fat content until you burn it. Okay. So what? We've got fatty pot. Is it going to give me more munchies? I mean, what's going to happen there? I don't know.
What's the difference?
I don't know what the difference is, except that it's the legal kind, not the illegal kind. So there you go. But for real, they're on every damn street corner now. I never thought I'd see the day.
Taxes on it. Landlords are getting profitable tenants. Jobs are being created. And what's Uncle Sam doing? Pretending it's still a cartel product smuggled into the country in a hollowed out coconut? Rescheduling would mean more research, safer products, less of this mystery gummy from Chad's backpack situation. It would also mean banks can actually touch cannabis money without feeling like they're laundering cartel cash. Right now, these businesses are paying employees in envelopes of cash like they're extras in Goodfellas. And if President Trump does this, the game is over for Democrats.
Another thing, another really great thing, in my opinion, about all of these dispensaries is that you know that what you're buying is going to be safe. It's not going to be laced with something, because you can't buy street pot, and unless you can really, really, really trust the person you're getting it from. I mean, you shouldn't buy it because it's illegal, but you know what I'm saying. You can't take them chances. Carry on.
Democrats at the ballot box. We could be the party that allows people to safely use marijuana without pretending it's for your glaucoma-ridden cat. It's populism meets practicality. Suddenly MAGA hats in line at the dispensary, patriots buying pre-rolls called 1776 Freedom Kush.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, don't get me wrong. There are still people clutching their pearls saying buying marijuana is a gateway drug. Yeah, so is drinking Mountain Dew if you consume enough of it. In reality, marijuana is more like a gateway to eating 3 sleeves of Oreos and having deep thoughts about how ceiling fans work.
I agree.
If someone's moving on to the hard stuff, it's not because they started with
Deep thoughts on how ceiling fans work or other mundane things in your house.
weed. It's because our mental health system is a dumpster fire, and fentanyl is cheaper than Tylenol in some places. Rescheduling also has a law and order angle that nobody talks about. You clear the nonsense marijuana charges out of the system, and you free up the courts, the police, and prisons to deal with actual criminals. I'd rather have the cops chasing MS-13 than some guy in a fish t-shirt growing 3 plants in his garage. And let's not forget, the war on drugs has been a lot like many of the wars America has fought in my lifetime. We have battled for decades in the costliest and deadliest of ways, and the drugs have won. In the war on drugs, drugs won. We've spent billions of dollars locking up non-violent offenders for possession while ignoring the fact that the fentanyl crisis is pouring over the southern border like it's a Costco free sample day. If Trump reschedules marijuana, he can finally say, we're focusing on the real killers now. And I fixed this ridiculous policy the swamp ignored for half a century. Plus, imagine the trolling value. Every blue state governor who's been preaching legalization for years but never actually fixing anything, Trump can suddenly get it done. CNN's heads will explode. Rachel Maddow will be so triggered, not even the stickiest indica could calm her. The New York Times will run an op-ed titled, "Is Trump doing this just to win?" And the answer will, of course, be yes, and because it is the right thing to do. Here's the reality. America in 2025 is not America in 1970. Back then, weed was tied up with cancel culture protests and the smell of Woodstock. Now it's tied up with cancer treatment, PTSD relief for veterans, seizure control for kids, and yes, the guy who occasionally insists he can totally focus better after a hit. If rescheduling means more doctors can explore medical uses without jumping through 12 hoops and 4 DEA inspections, then why wouldn't we do that? The only real argument against it is, well, we've always done it this way. And if we stuck to that logic, we'd still be using rotary phones and thinking that margarine is health food. So here's my pitch. President Trump, reschedule marijuana. Do it big, do it loud. Sign the order with a gold Sharpie, hold it up for the cameras, and say this plant was treated more unfairly than I was, and that's saying something. It's good politics, it's good economics, and it's about time the federal government stopped pretending that Snoop Dogg and El Chapo are in the same business. And if anyone is still clutching their pearls,
Or Cheech and Chong.
hand them a CBD gummy and tell them to take a walk.
Yeah, man.
Love it.
You gotta love Matt Gaetz. He's the bomb. He is the bomb. And he's totally right. Oh, what is this doing? God, just... Okay. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, I could have went right there, but my little window's in the way. I didn't see it. Too late. And I don't know what's happening with General Flynn right now. He's talking some stuff, and he's our general in charge and at large. Let's tune in and see what Doug in Exile is reporting on General Flynn.
General Mike Flynn is a rock star. Here he is on some advice on how we need to save the country by fighting. He's also going to go into the Russia collusion hoax. He's one of the guys that was targeted by the previous administration to persecute Trump.
Are more raids like the one on John Bolton's house coming?
More raids? I don't know. You'd have to ask the Department of Justice. They raided my house, I can tell you that. They did a big raid on my house. They took away everything that wasn't pinned down, and they took away some of that too. No, they raided Mar-a-Lago. They started that. These were bad people that we had in our government before.
Did you catch what he said there? They started that. I know this is not supposed to look like a political vendetta, but it is a personal and political vendetta. A necessary one, because they did start it and they did break the law and they should be punished. And so now we have to be the ones doing this same shit to them, but we're doing it on the books. We're doing it on the up and up. That's the difference. Reason. For the right reasons. Yes.
They raided Mar-a-Lago. They went into my wife's area. They went into my son's area, my young son. And what they did was a disgrace. But how did it work out? Oh, I see. We're in the overall. I guess it didn't work out too well for them, did it? They are bad people. They're sick. They're sick people. And they came in with their guns. And
don't you just love his sense of humor and sarcasm? He's like the greatest troll in the world. I love it. Right? Mm-hmm. The greatest. And personally, I think he should roll out in a garbage truck with the ice trucks, just to show that he is the head garbage man in charge of taking out the trash, because it's not just about the illegal aliens. It's so much bigger than that. But also the illegal aliens are here criminally and creating more criminal acts while they're here. So they are part of the garbage that needs to go. But I'm talking about the rats in Washington.
And everywhere else.
And everywhere else.
Into Mar-a-Lago, like 98 people. I wasn't there. Fortunately, I wasn't there. But they are very evil, very sick people, that group. And if they would have won the election, this country wouldn't exist as we know it. This country would have been a failed country.
Welcome to Doug in Exile. Yep. Shout out to the Quad Club. Those are my people that watch.
Shout out to Doug in Exile. Go subscribe to him, man. He is awesome.
4 videos a day. I can't thank you enough. I hear you guys in the chat. I read them all day. I answer as many as I can in a day and still work. Thank you for watching. I don't deserve you as an audience. Of course, I always feel like I have to earn your views every day. That's what I'm here to do, here to work hard. 580,000. We're well on our way to 600,000 subs. And that's just to make me happy. Here's Mike Flynn, the general.
So this period of time that we are in, I call it the third arc of U.S. history. And we could lose this country, just like the American Revolution, just like the Civil War. Now, it's a difficult thing to define, right? Victor Davis Hanson calls it a something-ism, right? Communism, Marxism, Islamism, fascism, but this ism. I mean, I'm staring at one of the greatest, not only the greatest mayors, but one of the greatest men that I have ever known, one of the greatest men in the history of our country, sitting right there, and will be written in the history books for the things that he did, not just in New York, but what he did for this country. And we're about to see a radical Islamist become the mayor of New York City. That is a bellwether. New York City, when we say bellwether counties out there in elections, right? We got 20 bellwether counties. If you win these counties, you're going to become the president. Well, a bellwether for this country, for the rest of the world, is New York City. So I'm going to go up there tooth and nail and see what I can do to help. Yeah. Because I'm looking at it and I'm saying, God, I'm listening to what this guy's saying. But these are indicators. I'm a soldier. I'm an intelligence professional. I'm a general. I've been at war. I've served 5 years of my life in direct combat operations, okay? 5 years away from my family.
He's calling us to the battle of defending Republican candidates against Democrat socialists. Now, this is one of the most important interviews.
Bravo and applause to General Flynn.
Yeah, he's my hero.
Yes, and we are his digital soldiers. At your service, sir.
I've ever seen. This is John Solomon, who's one of my favorite journalists. I'm doing journalism here. He was the first to call out and really crack the Russia collusion hoax. This is a haunting interview. I'm going to clip a lot of it, but this is a lot of the history on the Russia climate hoax, how it directly involves Hillary Clinton and her email scandal, and how if we don't stop this, if we don't stop the weaponization of the FBI turned against the American public and the CIA and the Department of Justice, you will no longer have a country. Pure wisdom right here.
The Russians did what they've done in almost every election since the post-Cold War era ended, which is to use the KGB playbook to sow dissension in America, to create division. And by the way, it wasn't limited to just the presidential election. It involves climate change. It involves lots of things.
It involves climate change. So the Russians, this is his defense of Trump, saying that the Russians, they did nothing to help one candidate over another. That was a complete lie that they were helping either candidate. They really didn't care. They were sowing dissent. That's what Russia has always done. But now we're going to get into the Russia thing directly with John Solomon, greatest journalist ever. This guy needs the Pulitzer. And he only ruined his career by telling the truth.
Before we go any further, something just struck me. And there's this tendency to paint, agencies or groups of people with the same brush. When we talk about the intelligence community, of course, there's all these agencies. Notably, you mentioned the CIA and the FBI. But it's not a monolithic block of people that think all exactly the same way. And indeed, there's, I think efforts happening as we speak at some kind of reform, right? There's been the people that have been lost their clearances. Is it reasonable to just say the FBI, the CIA, whatever, the intel community, just as a kind of always pejorative?
Listen, the people are policy, and the people who ran the CIA, the people who ran the FBI, used those institutions to foment a dirty trick on the American people to mislead us. And in doing so, they use some of the most awesome tools that we gave them, particularly after 9/11, to fight security threats, terrorists, counterintelligence, spy threats. And they took those tools and they turned them against the American people.
Now, when you do that, you discredit your entire organization. He's saying, the Epoch Times guy is asking, is it fair to call all of the FBI evil, all of the CIA evil, when it's just a few Democrat actors or even a ton of Democrat actors? It's what the FBI and the CIA can do, what our surveillance can do. It's the most powerful tools of intelligence that we have that are supposed to go after foreign entities. And they screwed it up over the last 4 years going after American citizens. I believe they should dismantle and reform the FBI from the ground up. Same thing with the CIA. That's what Victor Davis Hanson suggests also. It's so...
I agree completely with Victor Hanson and John Solomon. I think that we need to completely revamp the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, the DIH, all 17 intelligence agencies need to be completely revamped. And the majority of them eliminated. Because why do we need 17 of them when the public really only knows about 3?
Yeah, I don't.
Right?
It makes no sense to have that many.
No.
It's just a lot of.
And do you know when?
Covert stuff.
It is. It's all a bunch of covert bullshit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump were doing their presidential debate, and she said all 17 of them, that I really realized that there are 17. I had to go look it up.
Yeah, because they don't talk about them.
They don't talk about them. You know about the NSA, the CIA, the DOJ, the FBI. But I mean, even like NIH or whatever it is. NIH. I'd never heard of it before. NHI.
I think that's it.
Thanks, tech support.
I think NHI is their code word for non-human intelligence, and it's NIH. That's National Intelligence something, Homeland or some shit. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah. Thank you, tech support, for your chime in. But yeah, we don't need all of that extra stuff that we can't even read about. Right? Extra, read all about it.
We can't even read about or hear about the stuff, the ones we know about. So
right. I mean, we don't know shit about what they're really doing. We don't know shit. Unless we're researching it, or somebody like Snowden is hacking it and telling us what's going on. Well, he didn't really hack it, I guess, because he worked there.
Whistleblower.
But yeah, he's a whistleblower. But yeah, we don't know shit. So I agree. Put it in the comments. Do you agree? Let me know your thoughts.
Corrupt. Now they're trying to go in and fire people and correct it, and they're finding that Democrats are in there dragging their feet. And then you have the unelected judges trying to defend them by keeping Trump from being able to clean these agencies out.
To hamper a president that the American people had chosen to elect in 2016, to violate the civil liberties of many innocent Americans, Mike Flynn, Carter Page, George Papadopoulos, many others that follow from them. While a few were the lead of the perpetrators, there was a wall of silence that enabled this to go on. There were not people coming out of the woodwork at the time saying, I object to this. There are a few. We just learned of one who in 2019, when I file a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit, discovers that they've used the Steele dossier for the intelligence assessment, which it was a terrible product. It violated the rules of intelligence to use it to make their conclusions, and they did. He learns about it 3 years. He makes a little stink for a few minutes, but the truth of the matter is there was an institutional silence downstream in many of these cases, which meant hundreds of agents, hundreds of analysts, hundreds of professionals were quiet in the face of this activity.
And that's not what you're paid for, buddy. They knew. Hundreds of people in our intelligence community knew that the Steele dossier broke the rules, was not normal protocol, that they were hunting a political opponent, that it was based on fake Steele dossier information, and they went with it. This is about bravery, too. Do you know what it's like to be the only person who blows a whistle, or the only person at a workplace that calls out, say, a safety violation or something? You're the bad guy. You got to understand the culture of what these guys were going through back then. But because of that peer pressure, Americans were spied on, and a political opponent. This is how you lose a country, is you have this secret state, powerful Leviathan monster that lies to you and I who vote. Who do they think they are? I'm sorry, not one FBI agent is more important than you. Not one member of the CIA is more important.
Nobody is above the law. And their Leviathan tentacles are in so much more than just political bullshit.
Important than you. They get paid more, they get all the clearance. Oh, you're not more important. Okay, you're just one. Everyone only gets one vote, and you don't get to use your office. And they discredited this institution so that nobody in America trusts the FBI anymore. Both sides don't trust them. They're the least trusted.
Agreed. Now I'm going to skip forward a little bit. And while I'm skipping forward, I would like to also mention that Trump just signed an executive order making mail-in ballots obsolete from the vote, which is beautiful. All right, let's see what this part is.
We've said before, it's the timing that you look for to really see how a plan is rolling out. There's another one. This is on his own journal. I'll skip his journalism stuff. It goes into his history, but I want to go into the whistleblowers because this is a pretty spooky story. Let me rewind it a little bit here. Get back here.
Out of my cousin, are you Mr. Solomon? Like, I don't know, am I being arrested? What's going on?
Okay, this is a chilling story he tells where two spooks came and visited him in the middle of the night.
Last year, Barack Obama, which is very odd. It was odd to the FISA court. That's why they put the data out. They were concerned that this is a trend. I just thought it was a good civil liberty story, so I wrote it. And at that point, I had been repeatedly told that don't waste your time on Russia collusion. It's going nowhere. And by the way, from some of the most senior leaders of the FBI and the Justice Department, the very people who might also have gone out and told us there was something there when there wasn't. They were telling me it wasn't.
First to write this story up, guys, this is the guy that broke it. And he had a few little strands of information, but all of his contacts at the FBI and the CIA, no one has more contacts than John Solomon. They all said there's nothing there. The Russia collusion hoax, don't go down this path, don't write the article. But he went ahead and wrote it.
Got home about 10:45, 11 o'clock at night. My wife's already in bed. I pull in the driveway and there's a blue sedan sitting in front of my mailbox with its yellow fog lights on. And I pull in the driveway and these two GI men get out of their car. It's about 11 o'clock at night. And as I'm getting out of my car. Say, "Are you Mr. Solomon?" Like, I don't know. Am I being arrested? What's going on? They could throw cops on me. Did I break some classified secret I shouldn't today? And they're like, "You don't know who we are. We can't tell you who we are, but you're at the tip of a very large iceberg, and we hope you drill into it." And I'm like, "What in God's name are you guys talking about?" "Well, that thing you were reporting on television." Yeah, it's a FISA court filing. It is the apex of a very large scandal, and you need to drill down in it. And
wow.
all right, walk me through this, guy. Well, we can't tell you. It's all classified. Okay, that's not very helpful. Can you give me something of more generic description? Yeah, we work in the intelligence committee, and our agencies were asked to participate in one of the greatest political dirty tricks in history. And if it isn't stopped, and one day when it is uncovered, we will lose the tools that keep you and I safe at night. We won't be able to find terrorists, and we won't find spies, because these tools will be taken from us because we abused them in the last couple of years. And like, holy mackerel, what's going on here? And so
2 nameless government spooks show up at 11 o'clock at night in front of his house and say, "We can't tell you who we are." There's no way they would have known. They were inside of intelligence. That's how they knew that it was legit. And they told him to keep going and keep digging because he was onto something. And he continued doing his journalism after that. I just think he's a treasure. By the way, he also started the network that originally put Victor Davis Hanson on his own podcast. I've been listening to Victor Davis Hanson since 2014. John Solomon is the one that put us. So I just see him as doing incredible good. I don't want to leave it on scary stuff, but I just want to let you guys know, John Solomon, this whole Russiagate thing, the Clinton Foundation, the emails, her servers, even Benghazi, it's going to be the biggest scandal in American history. That's not exaggeration. That's not trying to be dramatic. It's if this stuff is true, and this is actual evidence that.
And we don't even have to say if, because I can tell you with 100% assurity that it's true. I have done the research. This is my baby. All the shit he just listed is my baby. This is the stuff I researched. Particularly Benghazi really burns my butt. Really burns my butt. Because for anybody that doesn't know, our ambassador to Benghazi was gunned down and then dragged through the streets, tied to the back of a car, naked, for everybody to film and laugh about, while Hillary, who was then Secretary of State, laid in her bed and ignored the phone calls until 3 a.m. of them calling and saying, "We're being attacked, the embassy's being attacked, what do we do?" Waiting for orders, because you have to get orders. She ignored the phone call. They even tried to call Barack Obama, and he wouldn't answer his phone because both of them knew this was going down. They called the hit, in my opinion. And I hope that truth will come out soon, because until then, I have to say allegedly. They called that hit. And there's a reason behind that, and it will come out soon. But they created that nonsense. And some of the troops that decided to go ahead and act on their own and go renegade rogue and start defending the embassy and the ambassador were told to stand down by Hillary Clinton when she did finally answer her phone. She told them to stand down. Now, thankfully, they refused. But there's only about 3 or 4 of them still alive. Let that sink in. This is not just trying to fuck over the American taxpayer. This is true evil when you will put our troops, our ambassadors, whoever is in your way, in the line of fire to remove them so that you can continue your evil schemes. And I look forward to the day that HRC is arrested, indicted, and punished. I look forward to it. Above and beyond all of the others, but Brock's up there pretty close too on my shit list. And a few others, but she's at the top. She is absolutely at the top. And I cannot wait for the day. I'm going to celebrate, and I'm going to buy me one of them freedom fighter hoodies or whatever that was that Matt Gaetz showed. I might even smoke it on air. What do you think about that? But anyway, you got anything else to say?
No, I just think she's a piece of crap. She ain't worth talking about.
Yeah. I mean, she ain't renting no space in my head anymore for free. But still.
I know. I want her to go down. I want her to go down hard.
It's still there for me because I did some hardcore research.
I've seen a lot of things.
Deep dives. I've seen a lot of things. And that bitch is evil. She's so freaking evil. It's not even funny. It's not even an exaggeration. She's evil. She's the devil. Okay. So that's going to be the wrap for Monday Madness. I hope you enjoyed the bloopers, and I hope you learned something. Put it in the comments. We want to know what your thoughts are on everything, and we will see you again next week.
Wait. We got to talk about our new series.
With Jen. Oh, that's right. We got to plug the new series. You want it?
What is it? I can't remember the name.
Beyond the Veil.
Beyond the Veil.
Private Eyes.
So we're basically going to take like missing people, weird things that's happened, unsolved
mysterious events.
And we're going to do a deep dive and use our intuition and our psychic powers to try to come to some light and
help some people.
Hopefully help some people and
solve some mysteries and some crime.
And we got a good team. How many of them? Is there like 6 of us?
Let me see. Me, you, Jenna, Jen, Mike, Haley. We have 6. And then we also have a guest appearance occasionally from Tim Moon.
And we all bring different aspects to the group. So hopefully
different abilities.
It is going to be a great thing.
Mm-hmm. And in the process, we're going to teach you how to use your spidey senses because we all have it.
So stay tuned. It's what our
first show will be September the 7th. Yep. September 7th is our first show. And it will be a weekly episode that we will air. And we even have a trailer being made for it and everything. So just stay tuned.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. See you soon.
Bye.